To me, knowing your pH is like having a canary in a coal mine. And welcome to the 21st century, it's Wi-Fi.
And I don't want to just monitor the temperature, I want to monitor
Spicy Reef, hi all, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you too. Yeah, it's a technically a thunderstorm right now, but I'm looking outside, it's like blue skies, and I look out another window and it looks like it's gonna be like a tornado.
Still on the move, it is climbing Nem Island. It's kind of funny, out of all the territory you could have chosen in this entire aquarium, I chose to go back to Nem Island. Whoa. So I love the reviews that people do when a new piece of equipment comes out and you're excited about it, you want to take a look at it, you want to see if it's something that you can use, you look at all the different parts, they do the unboxing, they do all that stuff so that you can get a feel for what the product is. But what they can't do, what nobody can do, is when you first get a product, you cannot determine how good or how long is that product going to last. Is it still going to be as good to you in 6 months as it was when you first got it? Are you going to be just as happy with it? Do you think you'll give it just as good a review as you did 6 months ago? So what I'm doing is I've had this baby plugged in to the tank for the last 6 months. And so this review is going to not be a detailed unboxing because I've already unboxed it. I did an unboxing videotape and it was horrible. You guys don't want to see that. It's pretty sad. If you think this video is sad, I'll show you the other video. It's even worse.
So the last time I was out of town for about a week at a time, I ran into a situation where my camera, which was pointed at the tank, camera kind of tweaked out on me, and I couldn't, at one point in the middle of the night, I could not see the numbers. They kind of blurred out and it looked like an error. And then I thought, oh, immediately, because it was freezing and it's that time of year where branches are falling, and I thought, oh no, we had an outage. And so I was concerned that maybe something didn't come back up in the tank. Happened in the middle of the night, developed a little anxiety. I didn't want to call my friend to have him come over in the middle of the night, so I waited till the morning, sent him a text, and they came over, everything was fine. It was just the camera that tweaked out on. I developed a bit of anxiety, and I'm taking off for another week in the not too distant future, so I thought I better plan in advance. Well, the not too distant future for me is 4 months from now, but I want to plan in advance. I don't want to be doing this at the last minute, because you never know if things are going to actually work or not. So, and you know I'm cheap, and I don't want to just monitor the temperature. I want to monitor the salinity, the pH, and maybe a couple other things. I'm going to save money by spending more money. Hopefully I'm saving money for you. It comes with a pH probe, a salinity probe, and a temperature. Yes, they're all in here, and a temperature probe. So I'll be able to monitor all those things. And hopefully it'll be pretty easy to get it up and running. Drop this down to 5 volts, and it's USB. So what do we know about USB? Spicy Reef loves his Ryobi backup. If there's a power outage, this baby will be up and running. However, will my internet be up and running? It's still morning for me over here, and I'm going to go ahead and just plug this in and get it going. I'm not even going to bother calibrating it right off the bat. I just kind of want to see how it does without any calibration. I've installed the app on my phone, which I left in the other room. I'll have to go get it. But I'm going to go ahead and plop these probes in. They're not very long. I might have to hang this up on the wall back here. Come on, dude. I definitely need a ladder. If I grab the ladder, then that means the insulation comes down. Oh well. Wake up time. It is wake up time in the house. Oh, you know what? That might be why they have a holder. They kind of want to float. They definitely want to float. So I might end up having to install that little suction cup holder. Ooh, I see a hermit crab on the loose. It is moving fast. I haven't seen a hermit crab move that fast in a long time. I've got the probes in. My goodness, that takes a while, doesn't it?
So what this is, it is not a Wi-Fi temperature monitor. It is not just a pH monitor. It is not just a salinity monitor. It is all three of those things, plus it monitors TDS and ES, whatever that is. And welcome to the 21st century. It's Wi-Fi. I know there's a couple other products that have come out with some big name companies that want you to release the green from your wallet and set it on fire. But I'm too cheap for that. I cannot do that. This bad boy, looking on the camera there, is 69 bucks, and it does all those things. Now, I go look at the reviews on Amazon and a couple of the other little hot spots that you can find, and there aren't many reviews. There's probably only 2 or 3 of them out there, but they're horrible. They said this thing is a piece of junk, and so I thought, okay, here we go. Spicy Reef's gonna burn $69 and everybody can laugh at him. But I'm actually very pleased with this. I'm not getting paid for this. I bought this thing myself. Ain't nobody want to sponsor me on this channel. I don't have enough viewers. I'm not that exciting. And this thing is pretty easy. It came, let's look at this cute little case that it came with. I guess everything's already in the tank. It did come with a holder for the probes that I didn't use, a little suction cup holder. Because the probes, the pH probe and the salinity probe and the temperature probe, they kind of want to float. But I have a couple things in the tank, and this will anchor them down. And it's suction cup, and I'm not a huge fan of suction cups. I've got some rocks in there that are weighting things down and some other plumbing that I just kind of stuffed it right behind them. If you have a sump, if you have anything in your sump, and that's probably where this will go. It won't go in your main display. Although it might be nice to have the salinity in your main display. It comes with these different solutions for calibrating the pH. But I thought, let's just stick it in the tank and see where it's at. And I have the Red Sea pH test kit, and I also have my Milwaukee test pH meter that you just stick in the tank. And so it matched those, so I didn't bother calibrating it. This is the cool app. I have to look at the screen to make sure that's showing up. This is the cool little app that shows what your pH is, and it monitors over time. You can look at it in a day, so this is my day. You can look at it over a month, and that's my month. And it's not varying by very much. I'm pretty stable there. It's been pretty good ever since I've been dosing the Kalkwasser. To me, knowing your pH is like having a canary in a coal mine. It's kind of an indicator of potential danger, things that are running amok in your tank. So for example, if my pH took a drop, then I'd wonder, do I have enough? Is my alkalinity dropping? Is my magnesium dropping? Is my calcium dropping? You know, the big three. If I had some other things in my tank, which I don't, CO2 reactor and that kind of thing, it'd be an early indicator that something's going on with one of those. And being able to have that in your hand that you can kind of just glance at, it's very handy. I thought the meter that you drop in the tank was handy as a preference to the test kit that you have to shake the water and wait for 10 minutes. And it is, the meter that you drop in the tank's amazing, and for 20 bucks, I love it. But this thing is on fire. what it does for me is it keeps me kind of in tune with what I'm dosing in the tank. So like if I'm dosing the Kalkwasser, if I'm adding too much, too little, or maybe the Kalkwasser wasn't keeping up with my alkalinity, and so I might have to dose some sodium carbonate or some soda ash. I get all those things mixed up. If I have to dose some other kind of alkalinity in the tank, I kind of get a feel for what is happening to the pH when I add different things. If my magnesium's low and I start adding more magnesium, I can kind of get a feel for how the pH is reacting. And so what I'm trying to say is knowing the pH is kind of like getting a feel for your tank. It makes it more intuitive for me anyway. And not just knowing what the pH is by sticking the meter in, because that's very helpful, but seeing the graph and knowing what I did and knowing what time of the day to dose these things. Is it better to dose them at night? How's it affecting my pH? Is it better to dose it in the morning, during the day? Those kinds of things. So yeah, pH is of high importance, and that's one of these things that it monitors. This bad boy also monitors the temperature, and it graphs your temperature hourly, weekly, monthly. And that is very handy as well, and so handy to have on your smartphone. Welcome to the 21st century. Of course, while you're away from home, it's very important to be in touch with your tank, and if your temperature is rising beyond control, this thing will send you an alert. You just set what kind of swing you want it to send you an alert. If it drops, it sends you an alert. If it raises, it sends you an alert. You set those parameters yourself. In addition, the pH, you can set the parameters for it to send you an alert on pH. Everything that this monitors, you can set it to send you an alarm on your phone. You can set it to do a push notification, so it just rings on your phone, like if you're receiving a phone call. You can set it for an email notification, a text notification. It's pretty awesome. So why is temperature important? When you're out of town, temperature is important to know if something goes wrong. That's probably one of the things that's going to go wrong, other than maybe a leak. But so if temperature all of a sudden starts raising like crazy, then maybe you do have a leak in your tank. Maybe the water has come down below your heater. If the temperature drops, then maybe there was a power outage. Maybe you tripped a circuit or something. But it's a nice indicator, and it's nice to receive that message. So if you're out of town, you can send somebody over there and take a look at it and find out what's going on. So the third thing that it measures for me that's important is salinity. Salinity is, you wouldn't think would be that important in the main display, but it can also be an early indicator. It can be of danger. A drop in salinity could mean, if you have an auto top off, maybe you have a leak somewhere in your tank and water is running all over the place, and your tank is just filling with fresh RODI water, which means your salinity is being diluted and your salinity is going to drop. So you can set this thing to send you a little notification that salinity is dropping. The other thing you can use this is you can use this in a mixing station. For 69 bucks, you can pick up a second one and just use it in your mixing station, and it'll monitor all those three things as well: the temperature, the pH, and the salinity. And so if your mixing station is out of whack, you'll get a notification, or you can just look while it's mixing and you're in the other room or whatever. Very handy to know what your salinity is. Spicy Reef here, signing off.
Now what are you doing?
I think I got it.
How do you know if it's up or down?
I was wondering why that ball kept getting bigger, and then it hit me.